Hi, my name is Lasma. Welcome to my channel. If you want to see how to make a pattern from your old t-shirt to make a new one that fits just as good, keep watching. So what you will need: the t-shirt that you want to copy, some soft surface like a tablecloth on the table, a tracing paper, some pins, needle point tracing wheel, ruler, French curve, pencil or a pen, and some paper scissors. First thing that you need to do is iron the t-shirt really well. It has to be really flat and all the seams need to be on the side. Once it's done, pick up your t-shirt and place the seams together so that they match. And mark this place, the hemline center, with a pin. And do the same thing for the back as well. And the front of your hemline. When you've done that, take your tracing paper and place it on a soft surface. It can be a tablecloth on top of a table, for example. Place your t-shirt on top of it. And spread out as much as possible. I will be first tracing the bodice and afterwards the sleeves. But if your sleeves are laying flat, you can do everything together. For me, this is not an option, so I will do it separately. So place your t-shirt down and pin it to the surface so it doesn't move. And especially pay attention to the points where the bodice is joined with the sleeves, and here the hemline. When you have done that, take your pen or pencil and trace around the t-shirt. I will copy just the half of it because we can later place tracing paper on top of this side and then copy on the other side. And don't forget to mark the places where you put your pins. So go to the very center and down the side. When that is done, take your tracing wheel and go over the hemline, the front of it. You might need to push a little bit harder on the places that has more fabric. And mark the center. And also go over the seams on your armhole. If these seams match, go over once, but if they are different, the back and the front, that you need to go over each of the seams. Okay, and now let's take the t-shirt off from the paper. And now we have the shape of half of our t-shirt, the bodice part. So what we do next is we take a ruler and a pen and we join these marks that we made on the pattern, the center marks. And take your ruler and go over the places where you were drawing before, so to make the lines accurate and straight. For the armhole, I will use the French curve because it's really handy for these curved lines to even them out and make them precise. If your seams were different for the armhole, then make the front one color and the back another color so you don't mix it up. And I will do the same thing with switching the colors for the front neckline. When I have done this, I will cut it finally off from the big roll and cut this part off. And then let's place it on top of this pattern. Now we need to copy the exact same pattern on this paper, but just the front part of it. And if your seams were different, then on this paper you'll copy the seam that was for the front of the bodice and the front of the neckline. And I will do it in a different color so I don't get mixed up. Now on your front of the bodice, you need to make a mark, a hash mark for the center of the armhole. You can take your tape and measure it out. So mine is 25 centimeters, so at 12.5 centimeters I will make a mark. So now I have the front and the back, and it's good to write on front and back so you don't get mixed up. And when this is done, let's make the sleeves. Let's take the t-shirt again and take a small piece of tracing paper and put the sleeve like this with the center in your paper center. Again, pin it down. And now trace around the sleeve. The center, the hemline, and here the arm. And go over the seam with your tracing wheel. Then remove the pins and flip the shirt over. And match the center of the sleeve. And we need to make a mark on the front of the sleeve as well. So measure this curve and place a mark on the halfway point. So it will measure the same thing as on your shirt. So you already know that it will be 12.5. The point where we put our hash mark. And draw a one line. And cut it out. So I've cut my pattern out. This doesn't have any seam allowances. I just really like to draw them on the fabric. But if you don't like that, then please add 1 centimeter to all of the seams and 2 centimeters on the hemline before you cut out. But for me, this is ready. And in the next video, I want to sew a t-shirt for my husband using this pattern on the sewing machine. So you will not need your serger. I will show you how to do it at home with your sewing machine with no fancy equipment. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!